Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's unofficial Spy Party Competitive League Season 5 cast of a Tournament of Promotion match between Kotte and Iggy the Grifter. Our casters today are Quicklime
Hello, everyone.
and Ranmilia.
Hello, hello, hello.
And so this is a match between Kotte, who I believe placed first in Iron, and Iggy, who placed third in Copper Division. The draft code is just starting up now. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties, which is why we're just sort of jumping in here.
All right, so we've got Quicklime cheering for the Copper Boys and myself cheering for Kotte, who sits upon the Iron Throne. Our draft has started up,
Yep.
and our first bans are coming in now. It looks like Iggy the Grifter has banned Modern.
I don't actually have proper division logos in this format for a match between two division players, so we have the Copper logo up, but that's because Copper is at stake. If Kotte wins this match, he is guaranteed to go up to at least Copper.
Yeah, that's because of the rule that for everybody Iron and lower, I believe, if you beat anybody in a higher division than you were at any point during the tournament of position, you are guaranteed a one division promotion. So any win for Kotte basically means that he is guaranteed promotion to Copper.
And so for the picks and bans here, I'm expecting to see Terrace from at least one of these two players. Terrace get chosen by Iron a lot, but Iggy is also very comfortable with 3 of 5 maps. I believe Pub is their most picked map. They even ran a tournament for it. They're also really comfortable with Balcony picking it a lot, and they have good stats on High Rise as well. So even though they haven't played Terrace a lot yet, I'm sure they'll be okay with it if Kotte picks it.
And it does indeed look like we are heading in perhaps a 3 of 5 direction here. Our second ban is in. Kotte has banned Veranda, and Iggy the Grifter picks Ballroom any 4 out of 8 as our first doubled venue.
And
Yeah, not
so,
incredibly,
go ahead.
not not incredibly surprising. Iggy has 50% win rate or better on many of the maps not labeled 5 out of 8. So him picking ballroom first here isn't too big of a shock, but we should expect him to see him pick at least one 3 out of 5 going forward.
I mean, it's a bit surprising he hasn't already. Just looking at Iggy's most picked maps, Ballroom doesn't really show up as one of them. In fact, it's just usually the 3 5s or Balcony. So Iggy's definitely playing a little bit against usual strategy here.
Could just be playing against chicken. Cotty has quite the win rate at Terrace, as we were alluding to earlier. So I think he's counting on Cotty picking Terrace, as we see he does right here. Cotty picks Terrace, and he plays
There it
on.
is, the Iron Throne. Yeah, it's kind of hard to extrapolate just from statistics from these two players like we would do during the regular season. Both of their win rates are pretty much yes, being at or near the top of their divisions, having done very well in the normal season. And Iggy is following this up with a pick of Library any 5 of 8.
Okay, now I'm getting a bit concerned about Iggy's strategy here. I don't know if he's counting on Cotty picking all of the 3 of 5s, but what we are going to see is Cotty pick Aquarium any 4 of 8, which is not high on the list of maps that Iggy prefers to play. I believe he's banned that at least a couple of times this season.
Iggy has to
Uh,
pick
I
Pub.
see.
There's no way Iggy doesn't pick Pub as his final pick, right?
Yeah, it's Pub Chicken here with the 3 out of 5s. Pub and High Rise still outstanding. Will they be chosen?
Yeah, meanwhile, I don't have these set up here to show the third pick in these postseason matches, so forgive me if it gets a little bit clunky. And yes, Iggy's final pick is Pub. Not surprising.
That leaves us to Kade to pick our final venue here. Will it be High Rise? Will we see something different?
Whatever he's choosing, he might be choosing the best for last. He did opt to pick map second here, so it'll be interesting to see what he chooses.
High Rise really the only thing left that Kade played several times during the regular season. However, he banned Aquarium several times during the regular season and is picking it now. So I think all bets are off from the previous statistics. Oh, but there it is. And it is indeed High Rise to finish off the set.
All right. Well, yeah, the second half of the picks is a lot more in line with what I expected.
Yeah, perhaps both players just trying to save their best for last, using the first couple of maps. At least Iggy is apparently to kind of just feel each other out here.
So ballroom, terrace, library, aquarium, pub, and high rise. That's going to be our venue list for the match.
Yeah, and surprisingly, we've got a pretty good variety here. We got some 5/8s, we got some 4/8s, we got some 3 out of 5s. So should be a very interesting match against people, two people who typically prefer the 3 out of 5 maps and are not afraid to do a little bit of framing on the side.
Indeed, indeed. And just as a reminder, since this is a postseason match, works a little bit differently from the regular season. The higher seed, higher division player, which would be Iggy the Grifter in this case, has a little bit of an advantage and will technically win ties. So Iggy needs to win 8 games to take the match, and Kotte needs to win 9. That's how this is going to work.
Indeed, higher seed gets advantage in the TOP. So we are now just waiting for the players to synchronize and set up their first map.
And this is going to be Kotte first on the spy side. Yes.
I already dropped down the drafting selections. Let me bring that back up here.
Kotte in Iron played what I would say is a mostly standard conservative play style, soft tells plus bug. Very good at spotting bug, very good at doing bug, especially on ballroom and on terrace. Do you happen to recall anything about Iggy's play style up in Copper?
Not particularly. I just know that he's able to get the right wins at the right time. Overall, he's about a 54% win, 53% win on the spy side, 55% on the sniper side. But the vast majority of the sniper wins is from shooting the spy with a 50% win rate. So he's not necessarily a dominating player as Kotte was in the Iron Division, but he knows how to get the win when it really counts.
Yeah, one big difference between the player stats, Kotte 53% mission wins. He is very, very, very skilled at getting things past people. Only 10% civilian shot, as compared to Iggy, where it's about 27% on both mission wins and civ shots. But we have our first game coming. Kotte as the spy, playing queen, and just starting off at an innocent window pad before heading in next to the seduction target and the double agent, and taking a white flirt for 34%.
And a great way to start off the match. You're only going to get about 2 lowlights off of that BB. You've already confirmed with the sniper that you have 1 mission done, plus you've got the 34%. However, he has not actually contacted the double agent yet. I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, was there a BB? I didn't hear it.
I just automatically assumed he would. There was such a great opportunity for him to get a great BB in there, but opts not to. Just took the flirt and is going to be chasing Oprah to find another flirt.
Ooh, we take a highlight for that path around to flirt here. We might be getting paired.
That would be.
This is something we didn't see a whole lot of snipers in Iron doing, but Iggy might be onto this a lot more than we were.
Yeah, the Copper Boys are known a bit more for their flirt pairing than most of the lower divisions. Iggy, in particular, has been known to pair, some of the more obvious flirts. Of course, he's used to playing the smaller maps, a little easier to do there. And
All right, here comes the contact. Still a pretty good one. 3, 4 lowlights getting taken off of that.
we also got a green purloin here, which Teal Dress will be taking. It was right in Iggy's field of view, so now he's just got to decide who else could have done it. Teal isn't getting highlight immediately for it.
Here's an innocent watch check. Did you say Teal is highlit?
Teal did not get highlight for it.
Teal did not get highlit. Oh.
Which was very odd. I mean, Iggy was zooming right in on it, saw the fade, and perhaps that's it. Maybe he was able to see enough of the fade to confirm that it couldn't have been Teal, not necessarily low lighting her, but
Well, we've just now marked Toby as a low light, so maybe it wasn't caught immediately. Not sure how much information we have gained from this purloin.
it's hard to tell. But on Kotte's side, he's got 3 missions done. He's just got to figure out where he's going to get that 4th mission with 45 seconds left. Going to center statues when you're already highlighted is
Contact is done. The hardtail is done. We're at side statues, though, with 40 seconds left. Is this going to be a swap? I don't think there's that much time. It's a fingerprintable statue.
Oh, but do we think we're going to be able to get another fingerprint? We just saw the ambassador take a drink, I believe. So if we can get onto a pad,
Briefcase is down. We're going to blue books.
was there another?
There's a fingerprint on the book. It's also still fresh.
Oh,
but the laser is hovering. The safety is off, and the shot is taken.
Iggy the Grifter getting a point there after very carefully lining up his shot. One of the twins blocking Queen fairly well over there at the bookcase. But Iggy knew he had time, didn't rush, managed to get the correct shot off.
So it looks like either a very, very good mission count after knowing that the purloin happened, or just fingerprint to fingerprint in the ending seconds was a little too suspicious.
Yeah, it was just great fingerprint tracking there, I think. Trusted his instincts, knew that a highlight had at least 1 fingerprint, if not 2. I would guess that that's a very confident shot by Iggy as we head into the mirror match with Iggy as...
Oh, bug! Oh, bug! Oh, that's a short one. Less than 10-second game there. We started as Papa Danger, we tried to bug, and we got shot, even though the bug didn't take. So that brings it to 1-1.
Wow. Kotte setting the tone early on the sniper side. You are not going to get a bug past me, Iggy. Try something else.
Nope, nope, nope. Warning Check delivering us a few statistics in the chat. Kotte has not completed microfilm this entire season, not a single time, but does have one of the highest bug rates in all of SCL. Contact, Seduce, Bug, maybe Purloin as a backup, like I was saying earlier.
Indeed, as we head back into Kotte Spy as Disney, we're going to head over.
Mirror of the first game start, same window pad, sip our drink to get rid of it, and then maybe go over to the seduction target at the bookshelf back here. Yep, that's the plan. Oh, it's not the plan. Statues instead, side statues.
The old switcheroo, trying to get some statue in before we make nice with our seduction target.
We pick up the highlight for it, but this is just one of those wrote early highlights for side statues. Can't even have completed inspects, not too much threat. Then head to a painting pad and plan out our next move.
Yeah, we know we're going to catch a highlight there. Iggy's definitely known to keep track of statue visits via highlight. But we also know that we're not going to be very high on the list just for that. Speaking fairly quickly into stepping into a pretty busy conversation circle, though, might up the warning there a little bit.
ST and Double Agent are both here. Would have been a nice time to contact, but the Double Agent now leaves, heads to the other busy circle. This would actually still be a nice time to contact. If we see the real DA move from our circle to the other circle like that, you know that our circle now does not have an SDA in it if you wanted to do a fake contact there. We don't opt for it. We just go back to the center statues again to finish up our inspects.
I guess kind of doubling down. I don't know exactly what the strategy is for going to center statues after we know we've already been seen at one of the side statues. I guess it's just kind of one of those. Well, in case I wasn't seen at the side statues, I wouldn't want to be seen at the center statues later. So perhaps a little bit of Yomi work there by Kadi, but either way, we finish the inspect and we head back over.
Back to the seduction target, get another nice 34% for a total of 59. I like that we did not head back to the same position in conversation we were at before. Kadi definitely a spy player who's not going to do that sort of thing very often.
No, not at all. Kadi knows better than that. And we are going to head back over to the double agent and immediately go into a white banana bread.
Little bit of a weird winding path there. We sort of got punished for that with a highlight in the previous set. I wonder if Kadi knows about it. Doesn't look like they were reviewing the replays for too long, though.
Yeah, they weren't. They don't seem to be doing too much research in between games. So unfortunately, Kadi won't be learning from their previous mistakes here.
So our contact is done, our inspect is done. I would expect that we're going to head over to the seduction target and finish flirt, but we have 35 seconds left to play and we need to do a hard tell. Ambassador's walking past us, no bug though. Now Toby's offering us a drink.
A little surprised that we take that since we did just see Ambassador over at Blue Bookcase. Not trying to do the same thing that shot. So perhaps he.
Oh, white tests plaguing us. 93% flirt. I'm not sure if we can finish any more. We have walked past, we crash bug.
Oh!
Rocker gets shot.
What happened? Was that a misfire? I wasn't looking at the sniper side.
Honestly, I stopped looking. I thought it was going to be a timeout, and I was just moving the camera over to sniper view just to, show the end of the match with nothing happening. And then something happened, I guess, and I wasn't looking. I was going to update the scoreboard. I thought that was a timeout. I thought it was a done deal.
We didn't even have flirt, even if the bug took. It was only 3 missions, but Rocker gets shot in the back. So that's a spy win for Kadi.
That was either a misfire trying to shoot Disney on the bug, or a suspicion of microfilm. But either way, Kadi lucks out with a point there as we see Iggy step in and out of conversation as small man. Doesn't look like it was seen, though, not getting the highlight for it as we step into a conversation with our seduction target.
Yeah, Iggy can't be too happy about that one, but it's tournament of power. You gotta shake off the nerves and ignore what happened the previous game if it didn't go well for you. Here's a green test, 50% on the flirt to start us off here. We are small man, cheese is possible.
Iggy maneuvering his camera to really get a hold of everything, sees that Twin was at, actually that was at side statue. I thought he was at center statue there. He's taking note of the ambassador grabbing the book there, so really plotting out his strategy here in the early going.
Iggy may be looking at the ambassador over at the blue bookshelf, planning some sort of fingerprint shenanigans.
We'll see. Right now, appears to be just timing out this seduction here. Might want to just get it out of the way.
Yeah, just a timer flirt. Could be a 2 flirt if we hit another green. We don't. It's 83% though. That's still within range of the minimum ignore test flirt. So pretty nice.
So we're going to find our way over. Oh, kind of faked like he was going to be going to blue bookcase. Instead, we head over to side statue and pick up a highlight for it. Standard play.
Almost a mirror of what they've been doing to each other. Flirt a little bit, go to side statues. What's the plan from here? Now is the time for blue books. It's going to be a difficult fingerprint. Now it's no fingerprint.
It would have been no fingerprint. We walk right past our seduction target and get sort of in position to the ambassador here. I don't know if this
Ooh.
bug.
Yep. We're right behind the pillar. This is a setup for a reverse drive-by if the ambassador walks past us on the outer rim here.
And it almost seems like Kotte is kind of looking for it here. Also keeping an eye on Toby there as we accept a drink innocently enough.
No, we don't go for it. We don't go for the bug. We don't go for the purloin. Just going back in to finish our flirt. Seduce is done. We have 1 minute to play and no other progress except for 2 inspects.
It's going to be difficult to finish this without a time ad unless we plan on finding a way to contact that double agent and perhaps a pause at the end. But double agent isn't cooperating with us right now.
Real DA can't even come to this conversation. The SDA is in with us.
So now what do you do if you're Iggy? Do you just sit there and hope for the wrong shot? I mean, that's not likely against Kotte. Kotte has almost only has a 20% of the time shot a civilian, and oftentimes that thing goes much smaller than 3-5 maps.
Under 30 seconds into the beeps, and still only 1 mission complete, just seduce. Oh, here's a real BB. We're the only person in the conversation with the real double agent.
Plenty of other people in there with a suspected double agent, but it might be too late for.
Yeah, we're not even going to get to these statues. I guess the plan was to inspect swap, but it's just too late, and no shot comes off. Spy runs out of time. Kotte takes the sniper point.
Kotte almost took a miss shot onto one of the twins. The safety came off, and then it would have been a repeat of last game with a civilian getting shot at the last moment, even though the spy hadn't really been making any progress. But these two really have been mirroring each other. That was 2 very similar spy games in a row. Almost ended the same way. But Kotte being able to hold the shot is why Kotte is now up 3-1 going into Terrace.
And Terrace, the Iron Throne, a map that Kotte feels very, very comfortable on. I'm a little worried here with Kotte already being up 3-1. Worried for Iggy, that is, but I'm sort of cheering for Kotte, so this is good.
Yeah. I think we know where the allegiances lie in this cast here. I'm one of the Copper Boys. You're part of that Iron Throne, so we all have our favorites in this match. But of course, we go into every match just hoping the best man may win.
All right, and we're into game 1 of Terrace here. Kotte as Pearls on the spy side. It looks like we're going to bounce around a bit, end up alone in conversation next to our seduction target. Very convenient, 33% white flirt. This is the start that you hope for on Terrace. Sometimes it can be pretty difficult to get to your ST without looking like you're chasing them on such a small venue.
Yeah, but Kotte did some pretty good bouncing around there. Certainly didn't do anything too suspect. So now we're just going to pick up that flirt and plot our next move. We see the double agent in a very vulnerable position over there on the other circle. Alternatively, we can just sit here and wait for the flirt timer to run out.
Yeah, interesting things about Terrace. This is the largest map that only has a single double agent. I think the only one besides Balcony with only a single DA. And both the spy and the sniper know where the double agent is at all times. There's no SDAs, there's no trickery. You know if a contact is real or not with 100% certainty every time.
Yep. So we pick up our second white flirt there, giving us 67%. And we're going to belly up to the bar, grab a drink, and perhaps prepare for a delegate here, as we do.
We have our standard mission set for Terrace, both swap and inspects off, which puts a lot of emphasis on the purloin on this map. You have to be on top of your delegate and watching who goes to bar, where did they come from, who could have sent them.
Yeah, it also puts a lot more emphasis on the ambassador. You're really going to be keeping your eye. That's pretty much the 2 places that you're going to be keeping your eyes. You're going to be watching what the ambassador touches, and you're going to be watching everybody at bar, keeping track of them. Eyes pretty much won't be anywhere else. You might be flirt pairing if you're exceptionally good at that. As I mentioned earlier, Iggy is known to pick up a flirt pair or two here or there on these smaller maps. But ultimately, his eyes seem to be on the ambassador and anybody walking near him as we suddenly start lasering a hole through.
Ooh, well, we send off our delegate to general, but it's right at the end of the timer, and the timer does expire, so the list is not going to get taken here. Cute little move on how we sent it off, doing a double talk and quick stop talk after we finished a talking animation.
Yeah, definitely an interesting tactic there as we try and complete Seduce. Unfortunately, we're only able to get 96%. We do contact the double agent, but with only 33 seconds left, we've got a big decision to make. How do we finish this off? We know we have to try and get that flirt in somewhere else. And then do we just try and frame for a purloin, or do we try and sneak a bug pass, which is not an easy thing to do.
Ambassador hasn't moved all game. Here comes the bug.
That is what
That was pretty obvious, though, and I think we're dying for it. Yes, we are.
Indeed, we are. It was pretty well hidden, but it was also a very blatant. The arm itself was fairly well hidden, but the move itself of moving towards the ambassador that late in the game, kind of burying yourself next to Taft, especially as ambassador, was a pretty obvious move. So definitely the right shot to make.
For sure, for sure. I think that game plan boiled down to that delegate on general being just a little too late. If we had pulled that move off maybe 5 seconds earlier, he could have picked up the list.
We could have picked up the list. We could have waited on that timer flirt, but unfortunately, we just kind of had to make a last second change of plans, and unfortunately, it cost us our head as we flip on.
Now we have Iggy on the spy side playing Seek. Ooh, we bump right into the ambassador in time of chaos, but we haven't taken it off AI control yet.
Oddly enough, we're getting a highlight for the thing that we didn't ourselves do. It could also just potentially be that we're moving up to the bar.
Yeah, I think this is a highlight for Bar, actually. We were highlight with Orange Sari for getting these drinks at the start here.
It did seem, though, and it could have just been my eyes fooling me, that he was doing that. That he got
Oh,
However, we
but
are
we're
going to
just
be
doing the cheeky fingerprint to fingerprint. We take the drink after the ambassador, we pick up the briefcase that he left at the location. Fingerprints are done.
All right, well, I mean, that's all well and good, but now you're going to be under a very, very small microscope for the rest of this match. I'd be shocked if Kotte isn't more or less tunneling Iggy at this point. He'll be looking for the pair. He'll be looking for where he is once that BB goes off, if it indeed does go off.
Yeah, it's kind of the nightmare scenario there because even though we were kind of quote unquote obligated to do those two things, it is proper AI behavior. You've got to believe Cuddy knows about it. And if we contact here, we might just die.
Absolutely, as I mentioned in the previous game, and now Ambassador is going to be saddling right up to us. So now that laser is not going to leave our left arm.
It's fine. We have a drink in our left hand. We can't bug.
All right, well, the Ambassador, either way, just kind of gets away from us, which is nice. But now, unfortunately, we're the only person in this conversation with the double agent, and we opt to be the. That is.
You're one of only 3 people who could have real contact here, and of those 3 people, you're the one with fingerprints complete. Cuddy reviews the situation, decides he has to shoot, and it's correct.
Yeah, that's the right move any way you spin it. It's very possible that he could have snuck in some seduces in the meantime. So yeah, you don't want to wait to see him do the third mission. You know he's already got 2 done. You got to take that shot. And of course it's the right one.
Yeah, I think Orange Sari standing next to us as well. If she was our ST, we definitely could have been done with Seduce.
After all, we did saddle up next to her at the bar right at the very beginning. So either way, it looks like the players might be reviewing that one a little bit as we're waiting to synchronize.
Blackjack in chat saying it looks like a frame on Seek as well. Definitely a possibility. You have to be aware of the frame potential on Terrace. If you see someone get two fingerprints back to back like that in AI, you can get that AI shot for sure. Anyway, Kotte on the spy side as Alice or Ponytail, starting off at statues with our seduction target. Inspects are off. This is just for the flirt. 34%.
I still prefer calling her Speedy, even though it's been confirmed that she's only, I believe, the fifth fastest person in the game. But I still like calling her.
Yeah, not quite as fast maybe as some people think. I think she is the fastest female character, which is why people maybe give her that reputation.
Originally, she was deemed the fastest, but then the statistics came out afterwards. Either way, we're in this conversation with our seduction target. We're able to get up to 74%, so we've got a pretty good percentage going into our final flirt. Don't have to be too close to our ST.
Kotte may be hoping that this goes a little... buffering?
Yep.
I got it as well. We should all be still on the same page. I'm at 2 minutes 15.
Yep.
Okay, so am I.
Right. And luckily, during that buffering, not much has happened. We're just waiting for that flirt timer to go out.
Yeah, looks like we've judged that we are within range to finish Seduce here. We hit the green test anyway, it doesn't matter. Seduce is complete.
And so now with that all-important mission done, we've got 2 minutes to make our next plan of attack. We are eyeing up a briefcase over there that just got picked up by Irish, so if we do decide to go for fingerprints, we're going to have to...
Oh,
Ooh, though, that bug path. Yikes.
that was a scary bug path. It is a difficult fingerprint on this statue, and we do hit it. So that's 1 out of 2 prints needed. And the briefcase has just been set down next to us, but the ambassador is still here, so we can't get it now.
So we're just going to head off to window, look at our watch, stare at the starry sky, and wait for the ambassador to move himself.
We have eaten a highlight here, though, which is not the greatest for Kotte's chances here. It was a sort of a weird bug-looking path around the ambassador, although I think we can be confident that we didn't actually take a bug there. Oh, now we go to this briefcase. Fingerprints are done. Here's the handoff.
Now we got to get that contact. We've got 40 seconds to do it. Now isn't the worst time, except for the fact that we're the only one highlight in this entire room other than Oprah, who's out of conversation when the BB gets off.
We're just going for it. It's a white test.
And Oprah's going to
Green
get
light's coming
looked
off.
for it.
Are we not going to see a shot?
Astounding.
3, 2, 1, no shot. No shot. Kotte gets the spy win.
Wow. I am
Not credited. Not credited for the difficult fingerprint.
I am pretty shocked. Yeah, maybe he just didn't think that there was a fingerprint on the statue, or if there was, it got too smudged. Yeah, Iggy did not give credit. And unfortunately, it's going to cost him a point. And Iggy's got a heck of a mountain to climb here as we go into the last terrace match here with Iggy on the spy side.
Yep, Iggy on spy side as general for our last game on terrace here. Warning Jack in chat saying Kotte rises to the level of the competition. I think a little more accurate might be to say that Kotte is really, really good. He kind of dominated Iron, crushed everybody in there. And when you have such a dominant record like that, all you can really say is they're better than the rest of their division. How much better, you don't know until you get to this postseason interdivision play.
And that's exactly what the TOP was designed for. We're here to find out exactly how good, especially these lower divisions are, Iron all the way through Challenger. And we're seeing right now that some of these people who got put into divisions, they feel that they
I think you're cutting out a bit there, Quicklime. We've taken some respectful flirts up to 59%. Stood next to the ambassador, but no bug attempt.
This is a really good time to do a banana bread. Every single person is in conversation. Duke's walking around a little bit right now, but I'm wondering why it wasn't being taken. I think maybe we were thinking a little bit about the delegate. Yeah, I think we were focusing on the delegate and trying to plan that properly, and so we didn't notice how perfect the banana bread was, but we take it with only one lowlight available. Unfortunately, the lowlight was the person we sent to the bar, but the timer expired, so they didn't even take the list.
Yeah, looks like Iggy was going for the same sort of purloin play, but we've seen this all season. People leave the purloin a little bit too long, and it just doesn't quite come off. The timer expires. Of course, as a highlight, that may actually be good for us. Yes, indeed, we get brought back down to neutral light as Kotte knows the General's delegate timer has expired.
Yeah, and the thing with a BB like that is it's really hard for the sniper to make any assumption about if it was real or not. Because yes, you can credit all the people with the double agent with a real BB, but also since everyone was in conversation almost, it was a really good time for a fake as well. And it looks like Kotte wasn't taking the highlights for real BB, and so I have a feeling Kotte might be feeling a little bit behind right now, but Iggy only has a minute left, so I don't know how much that's really going to help Iggy here.
Something else to note about Kotte's sniper play here is that laser burn on General the entire time. General notorious for having a very subtle bug animation. Kotte knows that he has to guard that when the ambassador is standing right next to General.
And we did a time ad. Kotte was zoomed in, not really noticing General at the window at all. And in fact, I don't think Kotte has even looked at the time. If he's noticing it, it's definitely late, and he wouldn't really know who was at windows because he was just too zoomed in to see it.
Oh, here we are again. Ambassador joins us again in the same position. Laser burn again, right on General. Little too close. Ambassador leaves. We still need 2 missions, though. Our seduce is not even done. It's going to be back to the bar, jammed in with 3 people here. But these 2 are lowlights, so we pick up a highlight for being the only person with delegate potential again.
Yeah, I think Iggy's plan is just to send off a delegate and hope it works. Unfortunately, with not only the bar highlights, but with the fact that General has seemingly been being watched. Never mind,
Whoa.
Rocker gets shot.
Rocker gets shot. But why?
Either way, that's Iggy taking, I believe, Iggy's first point on Terrace. Or no, it's the second point. So they did end up splitting Terrace, but it was not exactly as even as you might have predicted from a 2-2 split.
Terrace 2-2 into library now. The only 5 of 8 we'll be seeing today. This is what, 5-3 Kotte's favor?
That is correct.
And I'm pretty shocked that we're seeing a
Wow.
5-8 anyway.
Quicklime coming back with us. Talk loud, talk into the mic. A little bit of distortion coming through as well.
Yeah, very sorry about that, guys. Some problems on my end. I do apologize for that.
That's better. Nice to hear you back with us. All right, here's our first game on library starting. Kotte spying first again as Duke starting off way over on the left side, kind of bobbling around. Maybe looked like he wanted to go to statues, but there's too many people, too much of a crowd, and we're just going to start off at these blue books instead. Sort of yank it out and go try to flirt. General leaves though, no flirting happening. Watch check, no time ad happening. And we're going to cruise on back here, probably just following General.
Yeah, just a lot of nothing happening at the moment here. We've got a book in hand. We're following General. Unfortunately, I have to get into a conversation circle on the complete opposite side of him, so any flirt here is going to be to minimal effect as we see the 22% come up on screen. So not much done here in the first 45 seconds.
Very little attention being paid to the right side right now. If Kotte wants to just go jam this book into yellow, I think there's a pretty good chance it might work.
Unfortunately, Toby is
The moment may have passed, though.
Yeah, Toby has come over to the yellow side, so that's not going to be the best opportunity. He's going to leave and walk right past the ambassador, so perhaps finding our way over to the left side of the green or even the blue bookshelf might be a good. The left side of the green, rather, would be.
Yeah, book in hand, we can't bug. This book is going back to green, though. And here's the first test for Iggy Sniper. We just, jam it in, 0 read cycles, and leave.
And it is completely unseen. Iggy going from yellow to blue to yellow, not stopping at green or anything. So that's a free mission done for Kotte right there as we head back over to the seduction target.
Here's a flirt, stop talk, and a green banana bread. Knocking out a lot of mission progress there quite quickly.
Yeah, making up for that first minute of lost time there. Up to 54%.
Oh. Only 2 lowlights taken off of that BB. On library, it's generally like it's only safe to take the lowlights that you know are right in front of you because there's so much threat of a split, but even for that, 2 lowlights is not really what you want.
Swap
Whoa,
BTW.
Swap BTW. We have swapped. We have bugged this ambassador walking past him. It didn't take, though.
Oh, dear.
Iggy looks over. Statue is on camera. Looks back at it. Whips back. Wait, what was that statue? He's looking around.
He's just trying to figure it out now. He's got all the puzzle pieces. He's just trying to put them together as Kotte trying to look as innocent as possible over at that back window, just looking at our watch and finding our way back over to the seduction target. Not getting the
88% seduce. If that bug had taken and that seduce had been green, we would be done. But things did not quite work out that way. Now we're standing at this back window.
A lot of commotion over there on the yellow side. We decide not to take that opportunity to time ad. We could have, and it might have been abuse.
Looks like we wanted to line up a bug there. Oprah gets in our way. No bug. Here's the flirt finish. Target seduced. 4 missions done. We need 2 more. 1 more. Sorry, 2 more inspects if we want to finish with that, is what my brain wanted to say. 1 more mission.
However, we were highlighted for being at statues, so heading back to statues could be instant death. Is that a risk that we want to take?
We reject the call of Toby. What? We're shot!
Why were we shot for rejecting a drink?
Could it have possibly been that he suspected he was called over?
It was the correct shot, but why? I mean, sure, we were at the statue that was swapped. We had attempted a bug a couple of times. There's plenty of reason, but why that timing?
I don't know. Questions galore.
Shot for not adding time.
Either way, he's able to pick up the point and closes the gap. Steps up to yellow bookcase as twin.
Iggy picks up on the spy side, plain twin this time, starting off with a yellow book. ST's at statues. We can't quite join her over the. Oh! You can see this action on screen for yourself. Stand behind the pillar, take the microfilm out of the book, and then continue on our merry way over to the conversation.
Oh, we're going for the advanced strats, and that is something I believe Kotte is aware of, but he did not pick up on it here. No highlight coming off, so this will be a free at least half of the mission once we put the yellow book back.
Pillar strats, cheese warning, dangerously cheesy. Now we're going to head over here. Just stand next to the ambassador. We have a book. We're not bugging. We're just flirting.
Yeah, we wouldn't bug in this most obvious of positions, all the way in this right corner here with our back to the sniper. We're just going to get an innocent flirt and get to 51%.
big green test there. If we're able to complete a 2 flirt on library, that frees up a lot of time and a lot of options. Now this book is going to go back to yellow correctly.
And so it frees up a lot of time that we're really going to need, because ultimately, even after we put this back, we only have 2 half missions done. We still got to find a way to get that microfilm over into one of the other bookcases. We still need to complete Seduce. And even after we inspect this statue here, we're still going to need to find our way back to statues to complete that. So a lot of partial mission progress, but nothing completed yet with 225 left.
Yeah, another half mission there. Waiting to see where the seduction target goes here, I assume. Just hanging out at the windows.
And the chase is on.
Can we get the 2 flirt? This would be big. Oh, we're going to contact first. Oh, no. No, not quite in time. Double agent leaves. Contact does not count. We do get the 2 flirt, but oh, that's not so much of a consolation.
There's still a lot of heartbreak to be had on Iggy's side. So we're just going to drown our sorrows in this final statue here and try and figure out where we're going to get these last few missions from with a minute 30 left.
It hurts us all, Track. I hate the double agent leaving when banana bread is uttered so much. A little bit of a safety off on Iggy as well. Kotte is onto this. Kotte knows Iggy's been doing a lot of mission sites.
And especially having that safety off on him as he heads over to Blue Bookcase. Perhaps Kotte was suspicious of the pillar microfilm there. Hard to tell exactly, but now we're going to try and...
Oh, Kotte knows. Kotte is onto this. Kotte on the sniper cam is keeping Iggy right on the frame, looking for this animation microfilm. There it is. There's the shot. 100% on top of it.
Yeah, he was almost completely ignoring Ambassador on the other side, where he still had 1 or 2 highlights over there, but nah, he was pretty much tunneling at that point and just egging him on to try and complete that microfilm.
So that's going to take us out of library. 5 of 8 danger zone has passed. Now we are on to aquarium. What's our score looking like here? That's what, 6-4? Yeah, 6-4, Kotte. Again, Kotte does need 9, while Iggy only needs 8. So the differential not quite as large as it might seem. And we are going to definitely see some 3 out of 5 action here. But first, the shark everybody's been waiting for. Our friend Keel on aquarium.
Good old Keel. Good Sharky. As we start off, we will be starting off as Buns with a drink in our hands as we find our way over to the seduction target, presumably.
Our underwater ally, Kotte, not wasting any time here. The quick flirt starts. 34% on the white test. Definitely a little bit of a difference that I've been noting in the play between these two players is Kotte is kind of disrespectful with the flirts. He has no problems just going into a conversation, talking, and leaving, whereas Iggy tries to be a little more respectful about positioning and waiting instead of talking immediately.
Still rooting for my Copper boys, but Kotte is a person after my own heart with that disrespectful flirting there. Flirt pairing's a myth, let's be honest.
This time looks like Kotte has fingerprints as a plan, already taken a briefcase return for the first print, and the briefcase is down on the floor again behind us, if nobody else gets to it first.
It would be a bold move to immediately take 2 briefcases, but luckily the second one's going to be at least smudged if we do attempt to go for it, as our seduction target opts to grab a hold of it before putting it down quickly. And we're going to head over.
Bar takes a little too much time for that. We just pick up our delegate instead. Here comes a contact double agent. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. It's a
Oh!
Oh.
Well, By the
Whoa.
looks of it, we suspected a banana split there from Rocker, and we just immediately eat a bullet for it.
Sometimes you cough and somebody else dies? Question mark?
That was... Huh. Boy, I wish we could inspect replays right now, but...
It's always Rocker, too. That is the second time this set that Iggy has just fired off this confident shot on a civilian Rocker. This happened on Ballroom, too.
Didn't it happen
Iggy
on
hates the
Terrace?
fingerprint. Was it Rocker on Terrace, too?
Yeah, it was
Might have
Oh, well,
been.
no, Cotty's the one who shot Rocker
That was
on
Cotty,
Terrace
yes.
when he was watching General the whole game for the bug and then shot Rocker as she went to the bar at the end.
What did Rocker do to these players? I mean, I know she's not exactly dressed perfectly for the occasion, but come on, it's no reason to just keep on shooting.
I mean, yeah, clearly it's just been... We thought that Rocker coughed while she was walking away from conversation there. Anyway, Iggy on the spy side as Queen, taking the bug here. It's behind the shark, good cover, but the bug doesn't take.
And so we're going to deal with the frustration by petting our pupper in our purse there and try and figure out what to do from here. Just probably waiting for Keel to come on back so we can sneak that book over into the green bookcase.
Book is marked, but it's marked green?
Oops! Well, we'll have to keep our eye on that as Iggy settles up to the seduction target and gets a green for 51%. Always nice to see.
I'm scared now. I'm scared. Did you see who was with us at that first briefcase? Bookshelf, sorry. Rocker was with us at the bookshelf. The curse of Rocker is going to continue here if we get shot for putting this book back correctly.
Oh boy.
Stalling for a while, taking a briefcase and a fingerprint here. Good stop as the ambassador walks away.
Both players opting for fairly early fingerprints here with the briefcase at the beginning of these aquarium games. I think he's going to try and, I guess, just going for the 3 flirt here. Opts not to saddle up to the seduction target closely to try and 2 flirt. Doesn't matter, though. We only get a white test. So 76%. We will have to get very close to our seduction target to get the 3 flirt, though.
So here's the dangerous part now. Oh, we're heading over to conversation? Innocent conversation. That's an SDA who split, not the real DA. Why is Iggy here?
We are, well, I would say we're trying to get in position to return the book, but it would be an innocent book return. Although it might not seem like an innocent book return to Kotte because of how the book has been marked. Oh boy, we're in for an interesting finish to this match either way, I think.
Down to less than a minute 30 on the clock, 0 missions completed. It can be hard if you're forced into... Oh, here's another bug attempt. This one not behind the shark. Path definitely in view, and this one does take as well.
We get it. We are not suspected for it. Still not highlight. Our book is still
No
highlight.
reaction.
Our book is still colored improperly, though, so...
Less than a minute. Back to green bookshelf.
Back to green. Yeah, that's what's actually happening here. And I mean,
Safety off on Seek. This is free. We got away with it.
That's completely
Yeah, the wrong bookmark.
All we have to do is contact the double agent. We find ourselves in a conversation with them. We say it, and now we just have to stand here and wait for 10 seconds. The laser is over us a little bit, but we're
No
not
shot.
idling.
Low light's getting taken. No double agent in Seek's conversation. Spy accomplished missions.
And that is a rare win against Kotte for completing missions. He had only lost 8% of his sniper games to mission completion, so that is a big and very important win for Iggy the Grifter here.
And now we're moving on to Pub, which is Iggy's #1 most preferred map. This is where Iggy can take the 2 points that he needs to catch it back up to a tie.
7-5 Cotty's favor. Not quite match point for anybody yet. One thing about pub, you do have to choose your missions. It's not as easy of a setup as Terrace. We had Swap Statue on there for a moment. That can't be right.
No, we were highlighting them all just to make sure that we didn't screw anything up.
And it's just going to be pub and high rise to finish off this set.
Yeah, okay, so we turn off Swap, and it looks like we've opted to turn off Bug as our second disabled mission.
Not a bad idea if you suspect your opponent is capable of catching bugs, which Iggy the Grifter certainly has had a history of being able to catch those kinds of things. As we step up to statue, get the inspect and the highlight, as is the norm.
Kotte is Alice / ponytail / brown jacket / equestrian. Community nicknamed this character Alice because she is modeled after the artist's significant other, who is Alice in real life.
Some fun facts here on the Spy Party Fans stream.
Yeah, is she one of the fastest characters in the game?
She is the 5th fastest character.
We talked about that earlier. 5th fastest in the game, but the fastest female character, I think.
You can never talk about it enough.
I will always talk about it.
Walk speed, maybe not as important on pub as some other venues, but it can maybe help you fake a little bit of that pub pathing people talk about.
Absolutely. Can also help you late in the game if your seduction target or DA is over at that far conversation circle, as our ST is right now. We opt not to chase after them, instead just standing here innocently in front of the door.
Whole lot of innocent, alone in conversation circle action here. There's no chance that we're losing that highlight, though. Any statue visit on pub is a mission.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no faking it. There's no wondering, oh, did they complete the mission? I'm not sure.
By the way, did you know that there was a difficult fingerprint on our drink? I don't even know if Kotte knew because we only just now took it, but we did hit the green.
And that can be very important going forward, especially if we can't finish off the seduce. We do pick up something here, but it was across the conversation circle, so we're only at 62%. We're going to need to rely on a fairly close green here if we expect to finish seduce with 1:15 left. So fingerprints definitely going to have to be part of our mission completion.
I was about to say that you can't go for a contact as a statue visitor, but we do so anyway, and we don't die for it.
We don't die for it, and so now you have a choice. What do you think is less suspicious? What do you think is more viable? Do you go over to that briefcase that the ambassador just put down, or do you try your luck on a green test with a seduction target who gets close to us but does not saddle up to the window with us? And so now it looks like we're eyeing that briefcase, and we're going to try and finish with fingerprint. But Twin is going to beat us there, and we have to redirect and really try and figure out, okay, what's my option here with 25 seconds left?
It's going to need to be a flirt finish, and we're going to need a green test since we only have 62%. Right next to Smallman. There it is. Hit the green.
We get the green test. It was an instant
5,
talk.
4, 3, 2, 1. Lasers hovering this way. No shot. Mission completion for Kotte.
And that is a big, big, big win for Kotte. He is on match point, needing only one more to take this down.
I am shocked that there was no shot on an early statue visitor who was in for real BB and also was clearly chasing a flirt at the end.
Oh, it is division point, promotion point for Kotte now. Any win is a promotion, and Iggy needs to win 3 in a row to continue on the journey upward into the upper half of the tournament of position and try for those higher silver or gold spots.
Yeah, a loss for Iggy here means he is 1 out of 8 people who will be vying for a spot in bronze via how the tournament of position is played, one of the first round losers will take a spot in bronze as we see Iggy try and step on the pad. But we have a stutter step, and we're going to catch a highlight perhaps for that, but ultimately everybody is getting highlight for going to bars.
Missed the pad, but it's fine. The laser was looking at us through the door, wasn't noticed. Highlight for bar, we might lose that now that we did not get served by Toby.
Hopefully we're noticed. The highlight isn't lost yet. The laser is near us, so we were seen not with a drink, perhaps keeping the highlight on just in case we missed a reject there.
Question is, what are we doing? Since we stepped out of there, not even a flirt, no mission progress yet. Back to bar it's going to be.
Almost in the same exact spot, and now the laser is getting burned through us, perhaps circumstantially, but nonetheless a scary position to be in as we load the delegate.
We want the difficult fingerprint drink again, and just like Kotte did, we hit the green. It didn't wind up mattering for Kotte, but maybe Iggy is thinking more about fingerprints as a game plan this game.
It would certainly have to be at this point. 2 minutes left, and we have no other progress. We're finally going to pick up a green flirt, but it's a dreaded 48%, so no 2 flirt is possible here. We are going to have to talk to our seduction target.
Nice banana bread. We're the only highlight with a BB, but I think we're still only highlight because of the bar visits, so not a very strong one.
Yeah, and if we can find a delegate here, did we send anybody to the bar yet? I don't believe so.
I think we might die if we actually delegated the purloin. Yeah, we just let it expire. What I would like to see here is fingerprint and seduce. Whoa!
Oh, but okay. Sure, just shoot twin for going to the statues. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, that works for us too, Iggy.
Banana bread plus statues equals you die on pub. That really is how it is sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky.
I suppose so, as Iggy is able to survive one more round, and it is going to take us into High Rise, the Copper Boys' favorite.
This is a dangerous, dangerous venue for both players. High Rise, the 3 out of 5 with the most mission variations. You can justify turning on anything you want. You can do it diamond style, keeping swap statue and transfer microfilm on. That's the way we saw it go down in Kaylee versus Magician. We'll have to see what we opt for out of Kotte here. Kotte just clicks off swap, transfer, purloin, all soft tells. Soft tells plus bug. That's the Kotte that we know and love.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard variant here on High Rise, so we're not doing anything too risky. We know we only need 1 point. We can lock it up here on the spy side. All the better. We don't have to worry about taking a shot.
So Kotte stepping in here as the spy, as Seek, playing for the win here. Going to get a green seduce 51% at the window pad here, along with an innocent watch check. That's the sort of progress that you like to see on soft tells.
It was after a pretty obvious chase. The laser did start to hover over them a little bit, but no highlight.
Oh, this isn't quite legal with the briefcase to grab it from that far away, but we did it anyway, got a fingerprint.
In fairness, the ambassador was moving towards us, so at the time that we started to go after the briefcase, the ambassador was far enough away. And it looks like we're going to get enough credit here. Again, not catching a highlight. We're able to pick up another seduction at 78%. So we're in pretty good position.
Again, Kotte with the aggressive flirting. Just go into the conversation and talk. Why not? Rocker joined us.
Yeah, a little more bold on here than it is on the bigger maps. High Rise definitely one of the most intimate maps on here. So instant talking in conversations and saddling up to your seduction target, especially against more advanced players, can certainly be dangerous. But Kotte throwing all that caution to the wind. He wants the win. He wants it now.
Well, the real DA is next to us, but Kotte doesn't know who the SDA is yet. So this would probably not be the greatest time in the world to fire off a contact.
Absolutely not. There are three people outside of conversation, all three of which are highlights. So that would have been a very poor time to get that BB off.
We're walking past the ambassador here. A little bit of a swerve out around the ambassador just to show the sniper, I'm not bugging. I'm not bugging. That wasn't a bug.
That in and of itself, though, could also be suspicious. The sniper can easily look at that and say, wow.
We take the highlight anyway.
And yep, just as I suspected, he probably looked at that and said, you know what, that seemed to be a little too obvious of an avoidance of the ambassador. I think I got to keep my eye on this guy.
All right, here's the talk, but with only 3 people in conversation, it's not too suspicious. It does finish up our flirt, though. That's a mission complete. What's the plan now?
Well, we've already picked up a fingerprint, so now we just wait for the next minute and 10 seconds, hoping that the ambassador gets away from his briefcase or even takes this drink that's being offered to him. That would be ideal. Unfortunately, he does not, and we're gonna sit right next to the ambassador in what was kind of good coverage, but unfortunately, one of the partygoers leaves the conversation. The time has passed. We aren't going to get that bug.
It's going to be banana bread here. Just one full conversation. Safety off. Safety. Oh no!
Oh, and the safety was off on him, but he opts to go for Irish.
That's it. Kotte wins.
Game. That is the first technical upset of this TOP. Kotte has guaranteed themselves a spot in Copper with a big opportunity to advance up the ladder going into Season 6.
At least.
Oh, whoops.
By the
My
way,
mic was
Dells.
off. Yes?
By the way, Dells, who got shot in that last game?
Wait, did Rocker just get shot? Yeah, sorry, my mic was not hooked up to the stream. But I was saying that we're asking the players if they're going to do a post-game interview with us, and we do have Kotte here. Hey, Kotte.
Hey.
Well, congratulations, first of all. How are you feeling?
Wow, this was so long. 9 games in a row, or 16 games in a row, 9 to win. Who? Not used from SCL though.
Yeah, this is a really, really long set, and it went almost to the end. Let's dive into the beginning. Or actually, no, I had some questions for Iggy on Ballroom, but if we don't have Iggy with us, that's okay. So let's see. Oh yeah, here's a question for you, Kotte. Let's dive into the third Ballroom game when you were the spy. It seemed like you were having trouble on Ballroom with mission progress. I was wondering if you could maybe talk to us a bit. What happened in this game when you were Disney as the spy? You were able to get your contact done, your inspects, and most of a flirt, but it seemed like nothing else was really panning out. And then you got saved by a shot at the last second. What was going through your mind during that game?
Okay, first of all, I thought that I had completed the flirt, so I was like, oh, I need this bug to win, and I knew it would be horrible. horrible bug there. But yeah, fortunately Iggy shot the wrong person.
Would you say you were scared of Iggy's sniper? And
Yeah, definitely. On Ballroom, not my favorite map. Yeah.
that makes sense. And so another really interesting moment happened in Terrace. Iggy was the this is the second game of Terrace. Iggy was the spy as Seek and immediately started by getting, first of all, a drink fingerprint at the bar, and then also immediately picking up the briefcase. And then Iggy was one of the only people in conversation with a double agent for Banana Bread, and you took an immediate shot. And we were wondering, were you considering that this was some sort of frame attempt on Seek? How sure of the shot were you?
Yeah, I've already seen AIs doing fingerprint from bar, fingerprint from briefcase, and I already shot one in another SCL match. And yeah, I thought it was a frame. I don't know by whom, Pearl maybe, or Small Man. But yeah, it wasn't a shot, 100% shot I was sure about.
Banana bread.
Makes
Well,
sense.
it was the right shot regardless.
And so the next game I
Very
wanted to
nicely
ask
done.
you, or do you have anything, Renmilia?
Not particularly. I suspect the same things as you.
Great. So, library. The game, Kotte, when you were the... Oh, wait. Never mind. You were the spy. My notes are wrong. My note says, Kotte, why did you shoot when you did? But it's Iggy. Iggy's the sniper who took the shot. We were just curious about this one because, you know, you got shot for an innocent watch check, an innocent reject. It was... We weren't really sure about that.
I was surprised too for getting shot for those things instead of microfilm. Because it was the first time I microfilmed in SEL or TOP.
Oh, wow. Let's jump back to Terrace then, where I can ask you a question, assuming my notes are correct. This one says, why Rocker? So Iggy was the spy on this final Terrace game as General. It looked like you were watching General pretty closely the whole time, but then at the end a shot comes off on Rocker. Can you explain what was going through your mind?
Yeah, I was watching General closely, and then suddenly I thought, why do I do this? Why do I watch General so closely? And then Rocker got the fingerprint of the statue. I knew she has only one with this, but I was a little bit scared of a bug there. Don't know why exactly. And yeah, not a great shot.
All right, and so the next really big moment that we wanted to look at, not that I have any questions for you about this, but we need to take a look at it, is the first aquarium game where Rocker, again, gets shot. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was a pattern of Rocker dying a lot. Let's take a look at this cough contact. Again, it was from you, Kotte, so nothing to ask you, but let's take a look at it.
Yeah, I didn't know that it was behind the shark,
right.
TBH.
Yeah, it looks like Rocker. It looks like Rocker's coughing because she left.
But then I think you triple cough?
Yeah, if you leave the conversation, you triple cough.
So I was lucky
Banana
again,
bread.
I would say.
And then on Pub, your spy game on Pub was a really, really interesting one. So this is the game that you finished as Alice by chasing Smallman for a flirt right at the end. But you also had partial fingerprint progress. What were your thoughts during this game? What 3 missions were you planning on doing? Because we were a little bit surprised, you know, that you had the fingerprint progress, but you still went for a contact. And then it looked like you were going to go for a fingerprint finish instead of a flirt finish. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, originally my plan through the whole match was that I'm going more for fingerprints. So I wanted doing fingerprints here too, but then Twin denies my fingerprint at the end. And so I was like, I don't know where the other fingerprints are, if there are fingerprints. And so I cut animation there and floated to win.
Yeah, that was a really, really tense finish. And then, of course, we come to High Rise, the final game. How are you feeling going into this one?
Oh, through the whole match, I was not shaking a little bit, maybe, but I really got nervous, and I thought, why do I applicate for this? I just could have gone with auto promotion. But yeah, in the end, I was successful there.
Yep, you are guaranteed
And the
a
red.
single division promotion now from beating somebody in a higher division. You're also in very good position to continue in the tournament. Going to be facing off against the winners of the other round. I actually did have one more question about the second aquarium game. Maybe a bit of a painful moment. I hate to bring it up, but that's the game where Queen had a book that got mismarked and put back in the other bookshelf. And we had a bit of a safety flash off on Seek at the end. And I wanted to ask you, what were your suspicions like in that game? What did Seek do that had you flashing the safety off? And were you on to Queen at all?
First of all, I didn't know where the book came from. I just wanted to mark to show the spy. Oh, the sniper could know where my book belongs to. And yeah, so yeah, Zeke got the highlight in the beginning for a possible bug behind the shark and went to two statues. So he finished bug statues. I was like, if he BBs now, he's dead. He didn't in this moment. But yeah, it was. I shot. I know I didn't shoot. I was like, it's Seek. Then the BB came off. Seek wasn't in converse with the SDA, and time runs out, and I think it's Queen.
So on to it right at the end. Very nice. Very nice.
That's unfortunate. But either way, it all worked out in the end for you. So congratulations once again.
Thanks.
And a very, very well played set and pretty exciting to watch. So thank you for letting us cast it, and thank you for joining us for the interview.
Thanks for inviting me.
And thank you as well to Renmilia and Quicklime for casting today.
Yep, looks like Quicklime had to go, but huge thanks to Quicklime for doing this cast with us. Huge shout outs to Kotte again. I hope that you get gold, to be honest. I want to see you take one of those gold spots. We're going to be cheering for you in the days to come. Good luck, Kotte.
And thanks to
Thanks,
everyone
that's
for
nice.
watching. There will be another TOP match coming up tonight. I believe that's 9:30 p.m. EST. That'll be on either the official channel or on Spy Party Fans, with Bear hosting, I believe, tentatively. And so thanks for watching, and we'll see you all tonight.